Monsters, Movies, and Mayhem.
You're gonna let some slip out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna let something slip out.
Welcome to Monsters, Movies, and Mayhem. We're your hosts, Murderface.
And Brian Primetime Hidalgo.
And in this episode, we're gonna go into our draft picks on our monster list.
Monster Draft 2023.
We're gonna draft some monsters, and I got a list, and you got a list.
Yep, we're gonna draft our dream team of monsters.
Favorite monsters, from anywhere: horror movies,
Video games,
action movies. We're just gonna have a bunch of different selections for our monsters. If we have a monster that's on both of our lists, we're going to we're gonna flip a coin to see who gets it, because we're gonna go in order. So we'll flip a coin first, and then
we'll flip a coin to see. So the way this is gonna work,
right?
Each round, we're gonna go back and forth, and one of us will pick our pick, and then the next person will pick theirs.
Right.
And then that person's going to be the first pick for the next round, and so on until we've reached 8 characters. Now, if one of us is to pick someone that was on the other person's list, that person now has to pick from their sub.
Oh, yeah. I thought we were going to fight it out.
So there will be... I'm going to have some honorable mentions at the end.
Yeah, we could do that. We could also use some of the other monsters for different drafts and brackets, because this is a very big, wide, varied list.
Yeah.
It's monsters in general.
Yeah. So this is the monster portion of Monsters, Movies, and Mayhem.
Yes.
But yeah, it should be a fun episode. This is just our monster fantasy league.
Yeah, that's right.
So... all right, Murderface, call it.
Heads. Wow, that's still going. Tails.
I go first.
You go first.
All right.
Bust out the list.
I'm busting out
this
the
list. This is going to be our 8-pick draft in our monster draft picks.
So for my first
round pick,
I'm picking The Thing.
You son of a bitch.
From The Thing. The only reason I went with that one first, these aren't in any particular order as far as which one I like the most to least.
No.
This one was, I wanted to screw Juan over immediately.
You knew.
I knew it.
I'm that readable.
From John Carpenter's The Thing.
That's the one I was going to pick.
The reason I picked The Thing,
it's great,
is 1, awesome movie. 2, it's a monster that can assimilate anybody. What's more dangerous than a creature that can hide in plain sight?
I mean, you can put it in any battlefield.
Not to mention, it's like a caged animal whose only sole purpose is self-preservation.
Yeah.
And what's more dangerous than a quarter animal?
Wow. Man, what a pick.
Yeah, so right off the bat, I'm going hard on this one.
Dang. Well, my first round pick it was that. It was your pick. You stole my number one. Okay. All right. My new number one draft pick in the monster draft. A Murderface pick. Xenomorphs. All of them.
So does that count the Alien Queen too?
That counts the Alien Queen. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, the thing can go around, be different things.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I was going to have a broad term for xenomorphs. So you picked
the xenomorph race.
The xenomorph race, including the queen. Just, that's my number one pick for monsters. Because for me, what's scarier than one mouth? 2 mouths. But the second one is smaller and it comes out of your big mouth.
Yeah.
And plus the smooth head, terrifying.
Yeah, anything that looks like a creature that's just slathered in KY jelly is scary.
Yeah, I don't want to be in a spaceship.
I don't want to be assaulted.
I don't want to.
by by a rape. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
Go ahead.
by an alien that looks like a phallic creature.
Yes.
So
Yeah, and plus the tails. The tails are. It's an arrowhead at the tip, and then the rest of the tail looks just like a spine. You know.
Yeah.
And then in the first Alien, they're like looking right at the engine bay, and they're looking at all the compartments and stuff. I didn't even notice that the Xenomorph's first appearance was right there.
yeah,
It was just camouflaged.
it was with the first Alien. It was less is more.
Yeah.
Like the fact that
It was on the screen and I couldn't tell it was
yeah,
there.
exactly. Like perfect camouflage. That the what is that called? Man, I'm trying to think of the term. Biomechanical or something.
Yeah, biomechanical.
Um,
I'm pretty sure that's it.
something like that.
Oh, yeah, it was in Ready Player One as like a little gag when Goro is like standing there, and then alien baby just comes right out of his chest, eats his way up, and just opens up the suit.
Not to mention, it's also in Fortnite.
Well, everything's in Fortnite.
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
My first monster draft pick is that thing from Fortnite. You know what I'm talking about.
Eventually, we'll be on Fortnite.
Yeah, it will be DLC, free DLC.
Free
Yeah.
DLC.
Yeah, we'll be free DLC. And but yeah, first round pick for me, Xenomorphs for sure.
All right, Murderface, your second round pick.
All right, my second round pick in our monster draft picks, I'm going with Cenobites from Hellraiser.
Is it Cenobites or Cenobites?
I think it's Cenobites. I like Cenobites because I'm a big fan of Encino Man. Cenobites because, they're bald and I can,
You can relate.
I can relate,
And you also love pain.
And I love pain, and I also have a little trap. First round pick, Cenobites. Second round pick, Cenobites. Plus, they're a gang, and they run five Cenobites deep. They come through when they want to, and they show you the pain. I like it a lot.
Okay, so I respect that pick.
Cenobites.
Cenobites, tomato.
Tomato, potato. Second round pick.
Yeah. Second round pick. My second round pick.
Can I guess? Can I guess your second round pick?
Sure.
Now look at your list. Okay. Your first round pick was one of mine that I pulled you in my.
Are you going to look at your list and be like, what else?
Look at my list. Okay. Second round pick. I think you're going to go with a vampire. I don't know which vampire, just a vampire.
You're in the general ballpark.
I'm in the ballpark?
Not really vampire. You're thinking close.
Oh,
I went with the werewolf from American Werewolf in London.
Okay. I'll take that. Okay.
What do you mean you'll take that?
Like I was almost guessing it, you know? I was in the right
you
warehouse
were,
of monsters.
Yeah,
it could have been anything.
You were thinking original.
I was.
Like OG monsters. But yeah, so I did want to add a classic monster in it, but with a twist. That's why I went with the werewolf from American Werewolf in London.
Right.
Plus it's one of the best transformation scenes out there.
Probably the best transformation scene. But I got to be honest, when I saw American Werewolf in London, what was up with like the Nazi werewolf fever dream and just like the pub just like being dicks to the only two Americans there, which I guess makes sense. They're Americans.
Yeah, they're Americans, and they did
go
out when they told them not to.
Yeah, they were being Americans.
They were being
American. What a great transformation scene. The thing I can't understand, how did they extend this part of the hand so that the knuckles came out?
Not to mention the snout.
The snout.
Like everything. Like those practical effects are still some of the best.
I can understand the thing because it was all kind of, not all, but it was mainly done in reverse. So like when you see like the guts coming out, you just bring them in, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Shoot in reverse. I don't know how they did that for American Werewolf.
No, neither do I. But that, you know, those practical effects hold out, and I'm always going to be of the mind that practical always beats CGI.
Always. It's nice to see them kind of work together, though.
Yeah.
You see like props with green around them, and that's how they do certain shots. They kind of have a nice mending of the two.
Yeah. Or you get the prequel, The Thing.
We don't talk about that.
No.
But
yeah, that was my second round pick.
What a pick.
Was the werewolf from American Werewolf in London.
Man, you got some
good ones,
got
right?
Some transformation, like good transformation monsters.
All right. For my third round pick for our Monster Fantasy League, I'm going with the Predator.
Oh man!
See, you went Xenomorph.
When I was making the list, and I was like, I think it might go Xenomorph or Predator.
See, it's funny because I did have Alien Queen as a sub.
Oh, okay.
So she was on the list as an honorable mention, or just in case you got you picked something that I wanted. But yeah, I went Predator.
All Predators, or like which Predator?
I'm gonna go with the original Predator from the Arnold movie.
That one's good.
Yeah, I mean they all look pretty cool. I mean the one from the most recent one looked pretty.
Oh, the
Prey.
prehistoric one from Prey.
Yeah.
When he lifts up that bear and just cuts it open and just douses him with blood.
Yep. But yeah, no. What's more scary than a alien that's camouflaged?
Yeah.
Not to mention it has futuristic tech that we, can't really beat.
No.
Its sole purpose is to hunt.
Yeah.
And evolve with its prey and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's the apex predator.
It's the apex predator, exactly.
Anywhere it goes.
Yeah, so that's why it took my third round pick.
Man, what a pick!
All right.
It is funny though. We kind of have a counterbalance of Alien and Predator.
Yeah.
If you had both, I would have lost it.
Okay. There's one on here that I don't think you're gonna even come close to guessing.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Murderface.
Yeah.
Your third round pick. Let me guess.
Okay, you're gonna guess my third round pick. Okay.
I'm thinking you picked vampire.
He knows me very well. I did pick a vampire.
You did pick a vampire? Which
did.
vampire did you pick?
I went with my favorite vampire. Mainly not because of the actor, but because he did so well in it. It is Bram Stoker's Dracula from 1990s. Gary Oldman. I love the wig. The butt wig.
Everything about that movie, man. Like that costume design, his like weird like red armor thing.
Everything in there is gothic vampire for 2 hours.
And plus the costume designer is the same lady that did like The Cell with
Oh, you could tell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And when you said that, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. I don't doubt it for a second.
Yeah, same person. And that was an excellent movie too.
I haven't seen The Cell.
You've never seen The Cell?
So I was one of those people. The future episode. I was one of those people that heard The Cell was weird and bad, and it's got J-Lo in it, and I was like, I saw Anaconda. I don't need to see it. And now it's having a resurgence of people don't know what they missed out on with The Cell. Cell was basically made for today.
Yeah.
And now I got to see it.
Yeah.
Especially since the costume designer,
yeah,
worked on Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yep.
Man, his fit when he's got the top hat and the little shades, and he's just staring at Winona Ryder like, "Look at me right now," just like 100 yards away. She looks at him, and I was like, "That's right.
Yeah,
it's happening for sure."
Plus
the brides, except for the part where they eat. That was messed up.
Yeah, I mean, I had my first sexual awakening to those brides.
Didn't we all?
Like I remember not being allowed to watch that movie, but sneaking up just to watch it.
Always.
That was the closest thing to adult entertainment we had.
All vampire movies.
Yep.
All of them. But this one especially. I mean, people always talk shit because of Keanu Reeves' his accent and Winona Ryder's accent. I wasn't there for them. I was there for Gary Oldman being Bram Stoker's Dracula and just sinking his teeth into that role. Thank you. I'm here all week. Sinking his teeth. But yeah, Gary Oldman, my third pick. So,
Excellent choice.
fourth pick in the monster draft. I'm going to go with probably a lot of people won't really say this is a monster, but I'm going to go with it because it's kind of like
The human race.
the monster inside all of us. Mexican folklore monster. La Llorona.
From the movie La Llorona.
Well, we can say that. There's multiple La Llorona
Iterations
movies.
and adaptations.
But it's just something about, like exactly the kind of scenario you picture yourself in when someone tells you about La Llorona. You're walking around Mexico in the dark at night. It's late. You're most likely between 8 and 10. Not to be specific because I was that age. But you walk around town and you just hear crying. And you're like terrified.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear crying.
Women wailing.
Women wailing.
If it isn't in pleasure and ecstasy, it's the scariest thing in the world.
You either run towards it or run away from it.
Yep.
But when you hear it in the middle of the night, when you're walking around, you don't want any part of it.
No.
And especially when she's crying out for her kids. Oh my God.
Oh, you lost me at kids. I don't.
When you hear her crying for her kids, mis hijos, and you just walk around and you're like, I have to run home because I don't want to find this woman.
I don't want none of that.
Have you heard about the folklore?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
About drowning her kids?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's definitely the ghost story for Mexicans.
Yeah, it's Mexico's #1 cryptid.
Yeah. Great movies too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they come out. And plus, it's semi-monster, semi-ghost, but also like...
He just wants to represent La Raza.
Always. Anyways, that was my fourth pick for our monster draft list. Murderface's top 4.
All right. So for my 4th round pick, I'm going with the spirit of Halloween himself.
No way.
He's like 4 feet tall.
You son of a bitch.
I'm going with Sam from Trick or Treat.
No.
Did I take another one of yours?
I gotta take... Yeah, I gotta take that one off my list.
Wow.
You son of a bitch.
Come on. Halloween.
Yeah.
He's like besides Michael Myers being the mascot of Halloween, Sam is the epitome of the Halloween spirit.
He's got a pumpkin lollipop.
He's got a pumpkin lollipop. He's got
a
that
sack full
razor
of
in the
blood.
chocolate that we were all scared of.
Always, yeah.
He's got that weird pumpkin head under the sack.
The sack. Yeah.
And he follows rules that are set,
Traditional Halloween rules.
Yeah. So my fourth round pick has got to be Sam.
Wow.
I am sorry that I stole another one from you.
Am I that predictable? Has it come down to this? Or you're just like, these are just great picks. I just have great taste, and you're like, you know what?
We both have impeccable taste.
You do have great taste.
Yep.
Wow. What a list.
All right. So
now you're going to go with your 5th.
yes.
So we have 3 more spots.
So before we go with the last 3, do you want to recap our list so far?
Yeah, you want to recap yours first?
Sure. So for my first round pick, I have The Thing. Then we have the werewolf from American Werewolf in London, Predator, and Sam.
Wow.
Murderface, what's your...
My list is Xenomorphs, all of them. Cenobites, all of them. Gary Oldman as Dracula,
All of them.
all of them. And La Llorona.
All right. So now
we're going to our 5th round picks. And Brian, your 5th round pick, you go first.
So my 5th one, I don't think you're going to have it on your list.
Perfect. Great.
I don't know how to pronounce his Swedish name.
Okay, I love it already.
Jotun, or the creature, as it's named in the movie The Ritual.
Oh, that's a Wendigo, isn't it?
No, it's a Swedish, like, forest creature. It looks
It's
like
got antlers, right?
Yeah, it looks like like a giant horse,
Looks like a freak, dude.
but its face is an upside down person,
Right.
pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And where his face would be is the face of the upside down person. So it's got its hands dangling,
Yeah.
and its antlers are like the weird gnarly feet,
Right. Yeah.
and then it's got a huge. It's like what, 6 or 7 feet tall.
It looks like it's 12 feet tall.
Yeah.
it's standing on all fours, and it looks huge.
And it was bigger than a house.
Yeah.
Like it was so big it impaled someone on its
Right.
horns and lifted them off the ground.
And this is from the movie The Ritual.
The Ritual.
Yeah, and they didn't introduce that monster till like the end.
The end, because most of the movie is just like a weird psychological like
movie
about like grief and stuff like that.
Right.
And
It's 4 friends going into the woods.
yeah, to like
because of
honor
the
their
5th friend.
yeah, their honor their 5th friend, and then all this weird psychological stuff happens. They run into a cat or like a camp of like people that worship this creature, and then they end up getting sacrificed to it in a weird ritualistic way.
Hence the ritual.
Yeah,
But I did not expect that when
No,
I was
it
watching it.
yeah.
It's a nice twist.
It just the creature concept design was what made it on the list, and I've always said that creature looks interesting.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a big creature. That's a good monster pick.
yeah.
I might have to think of some more monsters on the spot.
off the top of your head,
fresh off the top of my head, but I still have a good
just
list.
look around the room.
Yeah, I know, right? But no, I got a good list so far. Let's see if my 5th round pick is not going to be anything that you have.
I mean, I
Okay.
still have. Well, you took one of my subs, but I still have 3
okay.
more.
Okay, so your 3rd round pick, no, your 2nd round pick was American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm glad you picked that one. Great pick. I'm gonna go with probably my first werewolf choice that I was thinking of
For your 5th
for my
round?
5th round pick, because werewolves were pretty down there. But I'm glad you picked American Werewolf, because I'm gonna go with Ginger Snaps in werewolf form. Have you seen Ginger Snaps?
I have seen Ginger Snaps.
Ginger Snaps, when she transforms as a werewolf, is awesome. It's so first it's like human transformation slowly happening. She's not quite sure if she's turning into a werewolf or she's just turning into a woman. Because she's she's
It's
going
a
through that
coming of age
phase.
story.
It's a becoming of age story. She got attacked by a dog, and I don't know where they thought this dog was from because the thing was massive. It was a huge werewolf, clearly. But her transformation, probably in the span of like 2 weeks, it was great. But when she's like full werewolf form, she was messing shit up.
Well, I'm going to go on the record and say I'm not a real big fan of that one.
Of Ginger Snaps, the series, or the werewolf?
The at least the first one. I haven't seen the rest.
There's 3.
Yeah, so I'm not a huge fan, but I'll give it to you. That's a really good werewolf.
Really good werewolf story. Yeah, Ginger Snaps, werewolf, my 5th round pick. So now we're going to the 6th round pick, and for 6th round pick, I'm gonna go with. It's pretty specific. It's not like a broad term. It is technically a zombie, but it's one specific zombie. I'm picking for my 6th round monster pick, Tarman from Return of the Night of the Living Dead.
The slimy black,
The slimy
oozy.
black. You can see the top of the skull, eyeballs bulging out, just limping towards you, and you hear the slosh from his melted clothes and skin when he takes every step. Just Tarman.
Tarman. You know what's funny? I have a small anecdote about that movie. I saw that movie when I was like maybe 10 or 11
10 or 11.
on cable.
Oh, what, on cable?
Yeah. So it wasn't until I was older that I rewatched that and
Yeah.
realized there's a lot of boobs in that movie.
That's like half boobs.
Yeah, for no reason. There's a ton of boobs. Like that whole dancing like half naked in the
In the graveyard.
in the graveyard.
That's my Tuesday nights.
That was completely cut out of the version that I watched.
Was it?
Yeah.
So your version of the movie is like an hour long.
Yeah, exactly.
Still a great movie.
Still an awesome movie.
Great
It's
soundtrack.
awesome. Yeah, awesome pick though.
Yeah.
Starman. That one, that specific zombie, Perfect. I thought you were gonna go with Bud from Day of the Dead.
Oh, that's well, maybe. He's probably like my third zombie pick.
All right.
Yeah,
So my 6th round pick for our
Monsters
Monster Fantasy League
Fantasy
is
League draft pick.
Biolante
Who?
from Godzilla versus Biolante.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
You've never seen Biolante?
No. How's he look?
It it's so first off, Biolante is a genetically uh uh clone of Godzilla mixed with a rose
What?
and a human.
How big is he?
It's huge.
What?
It's a
How?
giant plant monster that has a bunch of like tentacles with mouths on it,
Uh-huh.
and its big main mouth looks like an alligator, like an alligator mouth,
Yeah.
and it's huge. It's probably one of the biggest and most elaborate kaiju's they ever did for that movie
Holy shit.
because of in all of Godzilla movies because of all the tentacles and all the moving parts.
Yeah, you need a lot of people to work that.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
it's the biggest kaiju out of all of them.
Damn.
Biolante. When you get a chance, look Biolante up.
Oh yeah. No, I have a bunch of Godzilla movies on my computer. I don't. What year did it come out of? 90s?
I want to say 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think mine stopped at the 80s, but I'll double check.
Okay. But yeah, definitely check out Godzilla versus Biolante.
Godzilla vs. Biolante.
Yeah.
So Biolante is your 6th round pick.
6th round pick. So for my 6th round pick,
7th round pick.
7th round pick.
Yes.
I can't count. I'm surprised you don't have this on your list anywhere.
I might.
But I picked Pyramid Head.
Oh, that's not on my list.
It's not on your list?
Holy shit.
You did not even think of Pyramid Head?
I didn't have any video games in my mind at the time.
I mean, it's in a movie too.
Yeah, they made a movie out of it
Yeah.
too. Wow.
Pyramid Head.
Oh my
The
gosh.
the embodiment embodiment of someone's guilt over having to kill their wife.
Who doesn't know the Silent Hill lore by now?
Yeah. Like, you can't get any better than that concept. A giant butcher with like a weird pyramid head.
A giant shredded butcher. That guy was
Shredded.
Does Silent Hill have a P90X gym in the in the center of the
That
town?
guy
or-
can get it.
Yeah.
I'm sure
For
he
sure.
has.
I mean, there's a reason why there's like 50 nurses.
Yeah.
And they're all hot, just hanging around.
Yeah.
They're waiting for Pyramid Head.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Pyramid Head. I'm surprised. I'm really shocked that you didn't.
Me
have
too.
That you didn't have him anywhere on
I
your
know.
list. Because I was gonna go with Pyramid Head or a different series monster.
Oh.
But I don't want to say it because I don't know
Okay.
if you have it on your list at all, or if
well,
it,
well, you might say as a resident expert in monsters, we might know what we're talking about.
yeah, exactly.
7th round pick.
7th
Pyramid
round
Head.
pick, Murderface.
Man, what a pick. Okay. So for my 7th round pick in the monster draft for Monster Movies and Mayhem, I'm gonna go with Samara from The Ring. American Ring. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Samara from The Ring.
Girl, the crawling out of the TV.
Crawling out of TV. Oh, she can only kill you if you have a VHS player. But no, they remade it, so
Yeah.
it's all digital now. Man, I love
Just
The
put
Ring.
that on TikTok.
Yeah. Oh
Kill-
my god.
Kill half the human race.
If The Ring came out and it just went on TikTok, we'd all be dead.
Yep.
Everyone. Even people that don't have TikToks because they just put them on Instagram.
Yep.
But yeah, with The Ring, Samara with the hair, all Japanese water ghosts in general.
Yeah. What's with Japanese ghosts and just being like soaking wet?
It's got to be like some kind of reference to like Hiroshima or something like that.
That
Or just tsunamis in general.
or just the fear of drowning, period.
Or just the fear of drowning in general. But I mean, the reason why she's always wet is because she got thrown into a well.
Yeah.
And in The Grudge, it was similar because they drowned. They were like drowned in a bathtub, But that explains some of the Japanese water ghosts. But 7th round pick, Samara from The Ring.
Okay. That's a good one.
We're down to our final two.
Our final two.
Eighth pick for our 8th round 8th round for our 8th pick draft. I have Gremlins, all of them.
Gremlins, all of them.
My draft picks are just gangs, just a crowd of monsters. Gremlins and all their personalities, even when they're tiny little furry fuzzballs, just when they get all slimy and they just turn into gross green gremlins.
Oh, when they're popping out of their backs
When they're
like
popping
zits?
out of their back like zits.
Ugh.
You can't feed them after midnight. You can't give them water. No sunlight. But as soon as they turn green, they start smoking cigars. They're wearing shades. They're hanging off chandeliers.
The flasher gremlin.
The flasher gremlin. The brain gremlin.
The spider gremlin.
Oh my god.
That one was the creepiest one.
When it walked and you could hear the cracking on the legs.
Oh man. Great pick.
Gremlins, all of them. My 8th round pick.
All right. So for my 8th round
final pick.
For my final pick in our Monster Fantasy League,
yes,
I'm going with the Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth.
No way. Okay.
The tall, lanky, pale guy with eyeballs on his hands.
Probably the scariest thing.
The scariest
Guillermo
thing.
del Toro's ever made.
Yeah. Not to mention, it eats children.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want this guy around the house.
No. Yeah, you definitely don't want him babysitting your kids.
I don't want anything Doug Jones has been in around my kids.
I mean,
Doug Jones just he's every creature
Abe
you can ever think of.
Sapien, I would trust with my
well,
kids.
yeah, okay.
With
There's
my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a nice guy.
But not Eddie from Hocus Pocus.
Not Eddie from Hocus Pocus. Not the Pale Man.
Not the Pale Man.
Not
the sea creature from his water movie.
The way of water.
The Way of Water.
No. The
Guillermo del Toro.
The Shape of Water.
The Shape of Water.
Yeah.
Basically the same movie.
Yeah. But yeah, no, definitely the Pale Man. It was.
You know, it's funny that you picked the Pale Man.
Yeah.
My sub was not the Pale Man, but the Pale Lady from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, another Guillermo del Toro movie.
You know what's funny? I did not watch that movie.
You don't need to watch it.
Okay.
But you know what? It's a good movie to have in the background if like around October, you just want, like Halloween scary story stuff. It's nice because they have different monsters that come into that come to life in the movie, and they have like intricate ways of trying to find the kids. Good set design, so it's nice to look at. It's not a great movie, but it's nice to look at.
Okay.
Good
All right.
monsters.
Perfect.
Yeah, there's probably like 6 monsters in that movie, but the scariest one was the Pale Lady. It was messed up.
All right. So
we got to review. We got to review your 8 and my 8.
Yeah. So
you want to go first?
Yeah. All right. So going back from the beginning.
Back from the beginning. Number 1.
Number 1, The Thing.
Wow.
Yeah. Right off the bat.
Yeah.
Heavy hitter. My second round pick, The Werewolf from American Werewolf in London.
Great transformation scene.
Predator.
The apex predator.
The apex predator.
Out of all of our lists.
The spirit of Halloween himself, right. Sam. The creature from The Ritual.
That's right.
Biolante.
I still have to see that. Yeah.
Pyramid Head.
Can't believe that went over my head. Pyramid Head was such a good pick.
And the Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth.
Top 8.
And
they're all riding on Biolante's shoulders.
Yeah.
If they're gonna go into war and there's your top 8, they're all riding on his shoulders.
Yeah. And I did have some honorable mentions like Graboids from Tremors.
Yeah, that's right.
Krampus.
Krampus
was one of my honorable mentions. He was going to be a sub. And the Crawlers from The Descent.
Oh, they're so gross, dude.
Yeah.
And now they just... So did you ever see the second Descent?
I did not see the second Descent.
So the scene where the Crawlers are like all over the caves, and then one girl has to hide in like this weird mushy lake that's inside the cave. And she looks up, and one of the Crawlers is taking a dump off the ledge, and she realizes she's in a pool of their toilet.
Their feces?
Yeah. Gross, dude. Watch the second one.
All right.
It's good.
I'll watch the second one.
Good honorable pick.
All right.
Those are good. Okay, so for my 8 draft picks, we went through them. We're just reviewing them right now. Number 1, Xenomorphs from Alien.
All of them.
All of them. Cenobites from Hellraiser. All of them.
All of them.
Gremlins from Gremlins. All of them. Gary Oldman as Dracula. Not just Dracula, Gary Oldman specifically as Dracula. Ginger Snaps from the movie Ginger Snaps. No, Ginger from the movie Ginger Snaps in her werewolf form. Samara from The Ring. Tarman, the zombie from Return of the Night of the Living Dead. And La Llorona from Mexican Folklore were my top 8. My honorable mentions, you pretty much took. You got, I mean, not my honorable mentions, but the ones that were on my list that, are now honorable mentions. Some of them were The Thing, Sam, he was on there. But one that we didn't talk about was oh no, I just talked about it. Pale Lady. Yeah, she was on my list. So she's my honorable mention.
Yeah.
But man. Now we gotta have them fight on a bracket list.
Future episode we'll do bracket.
Future episode we'll have them fight. We'll put them in a nice
one-on-ones.
We'll see how they do. But yeah, that was our draft picks for our monster draft.
Yep. Our monster fantasy league.
And this was the first draft of many drafts that we're gonna do. So this was this varies. It's very kind of open,
off the cuff.
Any monster really. But for our next draft we might do specific monsters, like top 8 kaijus, top 8 vampires, top 8 werewolves. I don't even think there's 8 werewolves I can name.
Well, I don't know. I was gonna say one of my other top picks for werewolves is definitely Dog Soldiers.
Never heard of it.
You've never seen Dog Soldiers?
No.
Future
you mean Lords of
episode.
Dogtown? Is that what you mean?
No, Dog Soldiers.
You Reservoir Dogs?
Dog Soldiers.
Manny's dog?
The Isle of Dog Soldiers.
Never heard of it, no.
Oh, okay. Future episode.
Is it good?
Oh, it's great.
What's it about?
Soldiers fighting dogs.
Manny's dog. We'll watch it.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Soldiers.
That's all you need to say. I'm sold.
Soldiers fighting werewolves.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to see that.
You're gonna see it.
We're gonna see it. So that was our show, Monsters, Movies, and Mayhem. We're gonna do a next draft pick in a future episode, and that'll be it. That'll do.
That'll do.
Say it. That'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig.
Thank you.
Monsters, Movies, and Mayhem.